Hi, students. Congratulations. You're almost done with your bachelor's, and then you will start a new career. But I wanted to give you an option before you start that career, and I wanted to tell you about the Master of Science in Criminal Justice Administration right here at Ferris State University. Why would you want to get a master's? Well, if you look at the most recent data, 53% of the population has a bachelor's degree, and only a fourth have a master's degree. And so when you go for an entry-level position, it really one-ups your competition. Also, if you're interested in law school, it makes it easier to get in. If you're interested in teaching at the university level, you're required to have a master's before you can get into a doctoral program. And surprisingly, there are a lot of federal agencies that require you to have a master's degree for entry. For example, you can't be a federal probation officer without a master's degree. Some people come back and get their master's because they want to teach part-time at the college level. You may have had Mike Bomay or Jennifer Early already, both who are graduates of our program. Many people, though, come back to get their master's because they need it to get promoted, either to one-up their competition or it is a requirement for the promotion. Most higher administration positions in criminal justice agencies also require a master's degree. And my favorite is many agencies pay you a little extra if you have a master's degree. So now I'd like to tell you a little bit about our program. First, you can complete the program if you go full-time in 1 year or less. Actually, it's 10 months. You can also do the program part-time, and most people opt to take 2 classes per semester, and this then takes you 2 years. Most students that do take the 2 classes per semester are working full-time somewhere. Our program is 30 credits, and they are of all required classes. That means everything that you take is a requirement. Our classes are online, except for the last class of comprehensive exam, which you spend a weekend taking tests on the main campus. Each class runs on one day, Monday through Thursday, from 6 to 8:50. And many of the professors do Zoom lectures to enhance the online experience. So for instance, I do Zoom lectures every 2 or 3 weeks in my classes. The admission requirements are obviously you need to have bachelor degree transcripts, although you can apply before you complete your bachelor's degrees. You do not need this because we just pull the transcripts from Ferris. We look at your GPA, your junior and senior year, looking to see if it's close to a 3.0, but if it isn't, you can get provisional status. When you apply, you give 3 reference names from professional references, usually faculty or agency employers, including your internship, are used. They then are sent the reference forms and then they're emailed back. You do a personal statement that serves as a writing statement, and then we ask for an updated resume. The classes really follow 3 components. The first one is criminal justice core classes. You can see legal issues, nature of crime, and either a seminar in law enforcement or corrections. The second component is teaching you about research, both quantitative and qualitative. And the third component is public administration courses in leadership, financial management, and human resources. Once you finish those core classes, then you choose your culminating experience. Grad Topics is taught in the summer and is usually 2 to 3 weeks. And then we review and students take a comprehensive exam 1 month later. That's what the majority of students choose. Some students, though, want to do a research project, and so they choose the thesis. One thing I wanted to tell you is, unlike the bachelor's degree, we do a special ceremony before the large graduation ceremony. And it's referred to as a hooding ceremony with your family, your friends, and your professors there. Once this is completed, then you go to the larger ceremony that's held at Wink Arena. So I just wanted to introduce you to a few of our graduates. First off, you might recognize these two young men. Dr. Vanderkoy teaches in the Law Enforcement Academy. He's deputy director, and he also teaches in the master's program. And Dr. Mike Mendenhall, you may have had for Intro to Criminal Justice, and he's an associate professor here in the department. These two ladies were the first females to be promoted to chief in their respective police departments. Kim Coster is still the current chief at Wyoming Public Safety, and Carrie Ann retired in 2020, but another one of our master's students became the chief, and that's Vernon Coakley. Ashley Batter just received her PhD. She's a federal probation officer, and she just got a part-time adjunct professor position. So, and she's teaching what else? About probation. Kip Snyder is the deputy chief at Wyoming PD. Molly Large McCurdy is a deputy warden in the Indiana Department of Corrections. And Jimmy Baber went on to get his doctorate, and he just recently became dean at Washtenaw Community College. Finally, I included Julie King-Grew. She is our first graduate of our program. Our program started in 1997, and she did the program full-time and graduated in 1998. And she's a federal probation officer in the Detroit office. Connie Morris recently graduated. She did a thesis on implicit bias, and she is a full-time adjunct at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Jim Bourdley works for Michigan Department of Corrections, Field Services, which is probation and parole, and he does pre-sentence investigations. And finally, Officer Erica Fannin was Officer of the Year in 2019. Bill Nowicki retired from Grand Rapids Police Department and became chief of the Ford International Airport. And Casey Tucker Gale is a professor at University of Toledo. And Robin McGarrah is in the upper administration of Department of Health and Human Services here in Michigan, and she is a department analyst. So those are just a few of our graduates. And one thing I can say is that most people don't know what opportunities are going to be in their future. And when you have a master's degree, a lot of opportunities come your way. If you want to learn more about our program, please contact me. You can stop by my office in the IRC building. My office number is 212T, or you can talk to any of your professors about the master's program. You can call me at 231-591-2664 or email me, and I'm more than willing to give you some information about our program. If you have any questions, please contact me. And once again, congratulations, you're almost finished with your bachelor's degree.